you've seen the video footage. It completely exonerates Act 17 apologetics, right? I mean, they have shown video footage of Nabeel Qureshi preaching away in a law-abiding fashion, whilst his colleagues were recording him in a law-abiding fashion, and all of a sudden the Dearborn police come along and wrongly arrest them whilst they were doing nothing wrong, right? If you based your views on such footage, the footage that Act 17 apologetics have been showcasing, then please realize you have been duped, fooled, beguiled. I was in the same boat. Something called a police report, however, dropped into my lap, and I can guarantee you, based on this police report, Act 17 apologetics have been deceiving us big time. Allow me to explain. All the footage that you have seen has been immaterial. It's absolutely irrelevant to the reason behind the arrest. Therefore, they are being deceptive. How so? Let me just explain. Okay, if you read the police report, you will realize prior to the arrest, that's before the arrest, a volunteer named Roger Williams, he goes off to the police base and lodges a formal criminal complaint against Act 17 apologetics. He basically claims they were harassing him, i.e. Act 17 apologetics were surrounding him, recording him against his will, and making him feel uncomfortable. Subsequently, the police had to act, so they went over to Qureshi, Wood and Rescollar, who at the time, if you have viewed the footage, you will realize they were either recording or preaching in a peaceful manner. And these individuals had to be detained by the police due to Roger Williams's complaint. The police simply did their job. However, Act 17 apologetics don't mention this, so the police look like they are arresting Act 17 apologetics on a false charge. It gets worse for David Wood and Nabeel Qureshi because they cannot plead ignorance. The police report makes it quite clear that Officer Kapanowski explained the reason behind the arrest and informed them of Roger Williams's Roger Williams's allegation. They even denied the allegation. Now, what is essential for you to know here is Wood and Qureshi were aware of Roger Williams's allegation, thus they were aware of why they were arrested. On the day, pretty much straight after they were arrested, they were informed. However, Qureshi and Wood, they have been going around claiming they were arrested for being Christian preachers, arrested for being Christians, arrested for no reason whatsoever. This is a load of hogwash.
And all of a sudden, police came and put us in handcuffs.
Now here is the deceptive bit concerning their footage. They show the arrest which occurs whilst Nabeel Qureshi is preaching and the rest of them are filming Nabeel. But they don't show the reason behind the arrest. So every viewer goes away thinking the police are corrupt. They arrested Nabeel for preaching and they arrested the rest for simply filming. Thus the police are made out to be the bad guy. To give you an example to illustrate this, a hypothetical instance, say if a Christian commits a crime, i.e. steals from a supermarket, then half an hour later the police catch up with him, he's in a church preaching away, and the police disturb his preaching and arrest him for the theft. Now, it would be wholly deceptive for an individual who's taped the arrest to put it up on YouTube and then claim it to be police arresting a Christian preacher for simply preaching. That would be deceptive. This is the type of misdirection Act 17 apologetics are undertaking.
All right, I'm the Christian who was arrested while standing on a public street recording a peaceful dialogue.
They have fooled us all. Their footage has besmirched the reputation of the police because everybody now has gone away thinking the police in Dearborn are corrupt and arrest people for no reason whatsoever. And if you believe David Wood, they arrest people based on Sharia and arrest people for simply preaching Christianity. We all know this is a load of nonsense. David Wood knows this. Qureshi knows this. They all know this, but they never bothered to tell us. We had to wait for the police report. And for the bigots out there, there is nothing in this instance concerning Muslims or Sharia. It is all to do with a man named Roger Williams and Act 17 Apologetics. Sadly, our pals at Act 17 Apologetics did not tell us the crucial information concerning Roger Williams, and now they have made us all look rather foolish. And this is all through their deceptive manipulation.
And people were confused last year when we called this Sharia in the U.S. What do you think
about it? If you were in their situation, that's Act 17 Apologetics situation, what would you do if you really felt you were innocent? I'd imagine you would explain the crux of the matter to everybody, i.e. the reason behind the arrest. In this case, it's Roger Williams's allegation of harassment, and subsequently you would show unedited footage of the encounter with Roger Williams in order to exonerate yourself. Quite simple. That's what normal and honest people would do. However, our friends at Act 17 Apologetics don't go down the normal route. What they do is they present irrelevant footage, misdirect everybody deceptively, and deceptively use their irrelevant footage in order to make the police look bad. They besmirch the police's good reputation and falsely exonerate themselves. They also try and make it out to be a Muslim versus Christian thing by claiming it to be something to do with Sharia. Nothing to do with Sharia, my friends. It's all to do with the law. The police acted in a rightful fashion. They saw a complaint by Roger Williams. They acted upon it. End of story.
We cannot allow this, my fellow Americans.
To summarize, it appears as though Act 17 Apologetics have not been telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. They have misdirected us into believing what they wanted us to believe. It really is a case of the big D. Now, I have a couple of loose ends to tie up. Firstly, the dubious allegation of sexual harassment made by David Wood has not been elaborated on. This makes it look even more dubious. David Wood needs to elaborate on it or come clean and just admit that he lied if he has lied about it. Furthermore, there is credible evidence coming through that Act 17 Apologetics were accompanied by a known troublemaker, a known bigot, a known Islamophobe named Sam Shamoun. This little bigot is a troublemaker, and if he did accompany them, then you know that their intentions were not dialogue.